Hey gang, I got another book review for you in my never-ending search for knowledge. And I don't know if I'm reading the right books or not, but my brain seems to be feeling smarter all the time. Anyway, the new one I got for you is called Men Trapped in Men's Bodies: Narratives of Autogynephilic Transsexualism. And it's written by a lady named Anne Lawrence, who is an American psychologist, herself a transsexual. It was published in 2012, and it's 242 pages. And just as the title says, it's narratives from men who don't buy into the narrative that they are women trapped in men's bodies. They want to be women, and many of them are driven to sexual reassignment surgery, and they are true transsexuals. Okay, but they never really could get their head around the idea of being a woman, trapped in a man's body. They and I could really identify with so much in this book. Um, did it help me? Yeah, it did. Is it an easy read? It's a pretty easy read. I'll be honest with you. After like the 23rd narrative that I read, that basically I could have written every one of them. I quit reading a lot of the narratives, and I skipped through to the different headings and the different subject matter and read a couple here and there. But there's hundreds of stories in there from transsexuals about how they feel. Now, this doesn't play into the modern day mainstream narrative or story of, we're all women trapped in men's bodies, and we have to be treated as women. I don't disagree with that. But the subject of this book, autogynephilia, the subject of other books written about it, it's a fact. Okay, it happens. The men that succumb to it, or the men that, I shouldn't say succumb to it. It's not a disease. The men that have it, have these feelings, are still true transsexuals. Okay, it's all the stigma that society places on a man who wants to be a woman. The people that don't understand any of it are going to be out there, and they don't care what you say. I'm a woman. Okay, but you got to treat me like a woman, even though you see a man, or I'm a man that wants to be a woman. They don't care. You're never going to convince them otherwise, and they're never going to want to give you the respect that we all deserve. So that being said, I'm not coming out here like trying to start a new platform, but the book is a good book, and anybody that's interested in their transsexualism, if you will, I hate calling it an ism. Okay, it's not a religion, it's not a belief, it's not. I don't really think of it as an activity. But some people still use that word. I don't like it. If you want to learn more about yourself, if you have these feelings, if you haven't been able to get your head around the woman trapped in a man's body thing, read the book. I think it'll make you feel better. It made me feel better. I think it's empowered me. It's given me more control over my life, I think, because you can take this knowledge. If you're like me, you can take this knowledge and you can choose to do things with it. Okay, but without the understanding and the knowledge, I'm just floating around in a life raft out in the ocean trying to figure out what's going on. What do I do? But now I have this knowledge, so now I can make better informed decisions about my life, and maybe I can try to, make all the other aspects of my life make more sense as well. So I enjoyed the book. I got to give it, for me, I would definitely give it a 6-inch stiletto, and that's my that's my highest praise, 6-inch stiletto. I know there's probably a lot of trans people that won't agree with the book, and they won't agree with this review, and I don't really care, because I like the book, and it's well written. And it doesn't. I didn't read anything in it that said there was anything wrong with me. I didn't read anything in it that said that what I was doing was bad. I didn't read, or who I am is bad. There's no judging in the book. It's clinical. It's all clinical, and it's like, here's the stories. You read them or don't. And that's what I found with any of these books that go against the woman trapped in a man's body idea. None of the books I've read on that subject have, said there's something bad with what we're doing or wrong or incorrect. They're just simply stating the facts. Now, there's a lot of books out there that do, and I'll be getting into some of them. I'm trying to get through another book called The Transsexual Empire, which is written by a trans-exclusionary radical feminist. And I love that acronym TERF. And I haven't ever met one of these people ever that I know of. At least they weren't brave enough to tell me that what they thought of me anyway. So I don't know. But I love it. I wish I had it. I wish I could be called something like that. It is so cool. Trans-exclusionary radical feminist. That's awesome. That's like this long. I love it. Maybe somebody can come up with a title for me. With 26 syllables in it. Actually, I shouldn't have said that. Hey, love and peace to all. Let's just try to accept one another for who we are.